Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, hello. I'm ringing to speak to Harry.
Speaking.
Oh, hello, Harry. My name's Toni. I'm ringing from Lifeline.
Hi, Tony.
I'm wondering, would you have a moment to talk?
Yes, yes, I have a moment.
Oh, brilliant. Well, I'm just ringing, Harry, to let you know we have received your complaint. So
Oh,
we're processing that. So we are hopefully going to be speaking to the councillor. But I suppose in the interim period, I wanted to touch base with you. I suppose we were concerned about your well-being.
yeah, me too. I'm concerned about it because I've not been able to access my medical care, and it's causing me major, major, major problems, bigger than I could have imagined.
Do you mean medical care as in like, do you mean your medical records or medical care?
No, what I'm saying is that I'm brain injured, and I have to have a controller. It's like a guardian, a special person to help me,
Yes.
and I've not been able to locate where my social worker is, because
Okay.
the problem is that I'm right between northern and southern trusts. So although I live in the southern area, apparently I'm with the northern trust, and being brain injured, that's a big problem for me because I can't differentiate between one or the other, and so I don't know who to go to, and whatever referrals my GP was making, Robin Hindman, has not referred me to the correct people who can make sure that I'm aware that I need a guardian, and I have to be aware that my guardian needs training and to know where to get the training from. And it's led me into a huge amount of trouble.
Okay. And Harry, do you have a GP?
Oh, my GP has retired, Robin Hindman, and the guy who replaced him was a young chap, and he wasn't as good as Robin Hindman. He didn't understand that I need a greater level of confidentiality. Being a brain-injured person, I'm often targeted by people who think, he's disabled. It doesn't matter. You know, we can easily pull a fast one on him. Or, well, he's disabled, we can easily ignore him because he hasn't got the ability to stand up for himself. So if we do something wrong, it doesn't matter because it's going to have no comeback on us. And so, because of these general attitudes and the lack of resources available, I ended up in the situation I'm in.
Yes. So you don't have a GP, is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that I had to ask my GP to remove me as a patient because they were asking too many questions about my children, and that would have led me into a lot of trouble. So I thought, well, it's going to be safer if my records are sent over to the BSO in Belfast. So I got deregistered because of the new GP guy wasn't really understanding the reasons why I need a greater level of medical privacy.
Okay. And Harry, would you be willing to maybe get registered with a different GP?
No,
No?
no, I cannot, because it would. I tell you, and I can explain why. Is that I would say only 5% of GPs really understand the high level of vulnerability I'm in, and they would breach my medical privacy, believing that the system was safe when it's not safe.
Okay. And it sounds, Harry, see, the thing is, to access a lot of services in Northern Ireland, you need to be registered with a GP.
Okay, but my question is this: if that's the truth, why then does the Information Commissioner not hold GPs to account when data privacy is breached?
I honestly don't know.
Well, then it's a problem. The problem is that I've already been down these paths before. I've had the police and social workers break in and take my children away and have them sent to a country where they've got no family, and I have no right whatsoever to lodge an appeal against their return to Ireland because they say I can't pass a mental capacity exam, and therefore I have no right whatsoever to instruct a solicitor.
Okay.
Do you know? Do you understand that to instruct a solicitor, you have to have mental capacity, and I don't have that.
Okay. Okay. I can understand. And I suppose at the minute, Harry, our concern is about your well-being.
Aye. Me too.
It sounds like because you don't have access to GP, you're going to struggle to access their services.
Well, there's a counter argument to that, because if the services don't exist, all that's going to happen is I register with a GP, they breach my medical privacy, a lot of bad things happen to my family, and even if bad things didn't happen to my family, the services that I require don't exist. I can prove it. Firstly, when it comes to my wheelchair, the people in Ballymena, they said to me that they cannot provide me with a wheelchair because my spinal injury is too severe, and I have to build my own wheelchair, which I've been doing now for over 5 years. So there's one issue in terms of registering with a GP where I will not get any resolution because the wheelchair that I require does not exist anywhere. I have to build it because the lawyers of the mobility companies, they will say, "Oh, Harry, you can't ride in this wheelchair. It's too dangerous for you. It goes too fast." And I will say to them, "It's not going too fast. I've been in a wheelchair for 21 years. You think I don't know how fast I can move?" And they will just say, "Well, we're not going to build one of those wheelchairs. We're not going to put it on the market because if anybody has an accident in it, and statistically somebody will have an accident in it, we're going to be sued for too much money. We can't afford it." So therein lies the reason why I cannot get a proper wheelchair, because the lawyers of the wheelchair manufacturers are too risk averse. Do you understand that?
I think so.
Yeah.
And it sounds like a lot has been going on then. It sounds like you've had a lot to contend with over the last while.
You can't believe it. And you know, the only wheelchairs that exist are ones for living indoors and not for being outdoors and out and about. So anyway, that's the wheelchair. And then when it comes to that's what I'm talking about, my legs. Now when I'm talking about my brain, the problem I've got is this, is that I cannot pass a mental capacity exam because I'm having seizures all the time. And therefore, I'm not entitled to instruct a lawyer. And even when I do try to speak to lawyers, they just keep telling me that my questions are not legal questions. So what can I do? The problem is that when something goes wrong, I have no guardian or controller to take over when things go wrong. And if guardians and controllers don't exist, then what can I do? They have to exist. My brain's not working. I need somebody else's brain, and nobody's prepared to share a brain with me.
Hard people are entitled to freedom, representation, even when they do have their maybe lack of capacity in certain areas.
But I understand what entitled is, and I understand what the reality is, and the two don't match up.
And it sounds like you maybe need support around that.
What support? People, I'll tell you what's going to happen. I'll tell people the support I need, and they'll just say, "Well, it doesn't exist." I mean, I have been to people who said, "I'm a professional guardian, and I'm here to be a guardian." And I said, "Well, this is what I want. This is my will." And they said, "I'm not going to do it." And the problem is a guardian is not there to impose their will upon me. The guardian is there to express my own will and make my own will more of a reality. So the guardians themselves do not understand the basic concepts of guardianship.
I think the hard you could get the support when a lot of them were able to be referred back to a team, community team maybe. I'm not sure which team.
I understand that's your belief, but I'm saying that in practice it will achieve nothing.
Well, I think maybe if you could get involved with either physical disabilities or maybe community mental health, you could get a social worker to support you with that.
It's a good point. It's a good point what you're saying. Now, let me describe it this way. Mental health. My brain injury is most recently described as functional neurological disorder. And it's a funny kind of area. It's not mental health, it's neurological. So the mental health people won't touch me. So because I can't be treated with antipsychotics, I'm not psychotic. my condition is non-psychotic.
Okay.
So the mental health people only interested if they can treat something with pills. Now, just bear with me a second.
Yeah,
So I went to this conference. I have memory problems. Just bear with me. And the problem about my medical condition, it covers too broad a range of symptoms. Now, do you remember in the papers over some years ago, there were people who were claiming that they were sensitive to electromagnetic radiation, and when they used a mobile phone, it gave them a headache.
Don't ring a bell, but I'm not...
Well, what I'm trying to explain to you is that there is absolutely no... I went to a conference on Friday and I learned all about this. So this is, they are saying, one group of people are saying, well, this is a functional neurological disorder. And on the other hand, all of the science says is that if you put out a newspaper article telling people that there is a condition whereby people can be sensitive to electromagnetic radiation, a lot of people will start believing that they have this medical condition. And it only exists because of suggestion and thought. And so people generally just don't believe this condition exists. There was another doctor talking about one of his patients who believed her arms and her legs did not exist. And yet she was able to stand up, go to the TV and switch the TV on. And when she was asked, if you've got no arms and legs, how can you do that? And she had no explanation. You would say that these people are deluded. And so the problem is that in terms of my condition, as you can hear at the moment, it probably sounds like I'm talking very loud and I'm shouting. But I'm not shouting, I'm not trying to be rude, and I'm not trying to be aggressive. But this is how my speech problem comes across. And it's highly offensive, it's highly antisocial, it's very unaesthetic. I understand that, but you have to understand, my brain injury is not traumatic, it's neurological. And so there's a problem. They can't find anything on the MRI. And so I think a lot of people, they've tried to treat me with hypnotherapy in the past. It hasn't helped. And I think therein lies a problem that is probably not functional neurological disorder, because the treatments that they've tried to provide in the past have had no positive impact upon me. And I just say that my particular condition, it's also complicated because I have underlying autism. And so if you have one condition, there's one treatment for it. But if you've got conditions underlying other conditions, it's not that simple to find a solution. And the only solution I've been shown is to get a guardian. But if I can't form relationships with people because I've got underlying autism, all that's going to happen is that the person who's my guardian or my controller is going to be highly offended and not be able to cope and run away.
Well, Harry, there is a couple of services, and I know what you're saying. I don't know if this will help, but I could certainly, there is a couple of services that might help. There's a place called Headway of Brain Injury Matters.
Yeah, but I know. I'm banned from Headway. They've known me for decades.
You know them? Right, okay.
And you have to understand what I'm aware of what I need, and I know that my guardian needs training. But my guardian doesn't want to be trained. They've run away. So I have to somehow use the power of mind control to influence the thoughts of my guardian to behave in a manner that is going to be positive towards their guardianship of me. Because in order to be my guardian, they have to see me every day, and they're not doing that. And It's not easy for anybody to do that because my symptoms are far too antisocial, and I can't form relationships either.
And it seems then you've had a bit of a difficult time when your GP left and you got a new GP, is that right?
Please repeat the question slowly.
No, sorry, I talk a bit fast. So I'm getting, when we chatted about your GP, I guess that you had a GP and he left, he retired.
He retired. Robin Hyman is retired, yes. Lovely gentleman.
Then you got a new GP, is that right?
Yes, but he didn't understand that I need a much higher level of medical privacy. And so he was, I think he was trying to make reports and report me to people who might have taken the children away. And so that would not have been acceptable. So I end up deregistering because I cannot risk the children being taken away again. You don't know what it's like. If a child is raped, they treat it like falling off a bicycle. They just get back on again and carry on. But for a parent, it's a much different story. The effects last for decades.
And do you have children?
I do. I don't live with my children. No, I'm disabled. I can't. There's no support. They live in different places. No, they're not close by, because if they were close by, the police and social workers would find them and they would be taken away again. I have family. I've got family. Okay, but they're over on the mainland. I had my Auntie Joan, but she died some years ago.
Sorry to hear that. And was it just you and her all the time then? No one else?
Yep.
And I suppose I'm thinking, in terms of the issues with your GP, have you ever heard of the Patient Plan Council?
The who?
The Patient Plan Council.
I'm rather deaf. The Patient Town Council?
Patient Client Council.
Oh, Patient Client Council, yeah. No, I've not heard of them.
Because I could give you their number, and it might be that you could chat to them about registering or your issues that you had with the GP. And they could maybe chat to you a bit more about that.
Okay, sounds interesting.
Could you take their number down if I give it to you?
Yes, hold on.
Yes, you take your time.
Just trying to find my glasses. Bear with me.
No, take your time.
Yes, what's the number, please?
It's 0800
Yeah.
917
917, yeah.
022
Yeah.
2.
I've got that written down now.
Brilliant. And that's maybe just about your GP. And suppose, Harry, in terms of you and your well-being, are you, in terms of your mental health, how are you?
I don't know. I've got a neurological condition, not a mental health condition. I'm a very antisocial person because I have my speech is too loud.
And are you having any thoughts of wanting to harm yourself
No.
at the moment?
No.
And any thoughts of wanting to harm maybe other people?
No.
No. And would you be here for anyone talking to you at the minute?
No.
Or that you can't say?
No.
Okay. And how long have you had this neurological condition?
35 years.
Oh, Lord, it's a long time then.
Hmm.
Okay. So you had this neurological condition before you had your brain injury, is that right?
No. I had the autism since I was born in 1963, and I had the neurological brain injury since 1990.
Okay. So suppose, sorry, just we were concerned about you, and it seems like a lot has happened. So I know you've got the number of the patient client council, but what we could offer you in the interim would be maybe some check-in calls. We could contact you maybe tomorrow, just for one of our customers, just to check in and see where you are.
Okay.
Would you be willing to do that, or
Okay.
that would something you'd be up for doing?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, well I can arrange that. But I suppose maybe between now and then, would you maybe give a wee thought, just think about maybe registering with another GP?
I will talk to it. I will talk about that concept with the patient-client council.
Brilliant. And Roger, even if you just think about it for now, I think that will be your best bet going forward if you can get registered with a GP. And I think that will open up a lot of services for you.
Well, I understand, but I need to make you aware that what you're suggesting to me is highly dangerous and irresponsible.
Okay, why do you think that?
Well, why do you think? You have not really understood anything I've explained to you, I guess.
My thoughts on it is, everyone accesses their health care through their GP.
But if the health care I require doesn't exist, then I'm just, what's the expression, flogging a dead horse.
Well, yeah, I know, I understand, but even maybe, separate to what's going on for you at the minute, like tomorrow if you developed an ear infection or something, some kind of infection maybe that you didn't need to go to hospital, but you still need to get treatment if you had a GP.
But for something like that, one would just go and dial the A&E department, and if they thought it was important, they would tell me to come into A&E.
Well, not necessarily, not everyone with sort of infections like that. They go to any generally between.
Hold on a second, hold on. Okay. I had a fungal infection on my foot for 20 years. And the GP couldn't do a thing about it. And then one day I went to a different GP, and they gave me a pill and some powder, and it was gone in a week. And even though I'd had that for 20 years, so what I'm saying is, going to a GP doesn't always achieve results.
No, I understand that.
But A&E is fine. If I broke something, they would X-ray it and know how to fix that.
Yeah. And just a suggestion, it's just a suggestion. It's obviously totally up to you what you do, but it's just a suggestion.
What is the suggestion, sorry?
Just think about maybe registering with the GP.
Well, as I said, I'm going to contact the patient-client council immediately after this call, and I was going to discuss with them my concerns about lack of medical privacy.
Okay, no, that's okay. And I will arrange for our principal to give you a call tomorrow, check in, see how you are. I will be in touch with you again about the complaint. But it's just today, see how you are and your
Okay.
Okay, Harry.
Okay.
If you need anybody in the interim, we're here. Our telephone number, obviously you've called. So please pick up the phone. I'm going to create a profile for you. So if you ring through, your profile should come up. And if you need to chat to us, we're here 24 hours a day. So please pick up the phone.
Yeah, I'm going to put something together. I'll talk to these chaps, that telephone number you gave me, and then I'm going to send my stuff in writing and tell them that in my experience, the care I need doesn't exist, and that the only thing that will happen if I register with a GP is my privacy will be breached and the children will be harmed.
Okay. Well, I will leave that with you then, Harry, and I will be in touch with you soon. Okay?
Aye, thanks very much for calling. It's appreciated. Thank you.
No worries, and take care of yourself.
Aye, thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.